Dreaming big is fun, like the kind of fun that makes you feel invincible for about 5 minutes. But then reality barges in with a loud no, or maybe even a series of them. And suddenly, that once invincible dream feels like it's balancing on a tightrope over a pit of self doubt. Sounds familiar? Well, here's the thing, rejection is inevitable when you are chasing something huge. But what if I told you that those no's could actually be the secret weapon to getting your yes? Today, I'm going to show you how to start flipping rejection into your biggest yes. But before that, let's understand why the no's matter. See, every big dreamer you admire has faced rejection. For example, J.K. Rowling's famous pile of rejection letters as she was rejected by 12 publishers before being accepted by Bloomsbury to publish Harry Potter. Another one would be Walt Disney, who was told he lacked imagination. Imagine that. The same Walt Disney whose films shaped our childhoods and took us on incredible journeys of imagination was told he lacked imagination. You see, while many people hit a wall of rejection and give up, only a few like J.K. Rowling and Walt Disney refuse to stop and ultimately succeed. See, rejection is basically the price of admission for dreaming big, and that's why the no's matter. Because when you're hearing no, it means you are in the game. You are putting yourself out there, taking risk and pushing boundaries, and that's already a win. See, rejection isn't personal, but it's the part of the process. So now let's understand, how do you turn rejection into fuel instead of a reason to quit? Well, here are 4 ways that helped me and which I believe should potentially help you as well. But before that, let me tell you this little story. See, I remember walking into this big interview for what I thought was my dream job. I prepared for weeks, convinced that my resume and answers would blow them away. And honestly, I walked out thinking I'd nailed it. But a week later, I got the dreaded email with the famous line, "Thank you for your time, but we have decided to move forward with another candidate." Ouch. No matter how many times you might have received this email before, but it hurts equally hard every single time you read it, isn't it? But in my case, there was a twist. One of the interviewers on the panel was kind enough to share a detailed feedback. He pointed out that while I had the technical skills, I didn't communicate my vision clearly enough or show how I could think strategically about the bigger picture. It stung. But that feedback stuck with me. Fast forward a few months, I landed another interview. But this time, it was for an even bigger opportunity. I applied everything I learned from that rejection. I sharpened my storytelling, tied my skills to their long term goals, and showed up with a clearer, more confident approach. Now, not only did I get the job, but it turned out to be a role far beyond what I thought I could achieve when I was preparing for that first interview. Now, looking back, if I hadn't been rejected, I wouldn't have learned those lessons or grown into someone capable of succeeding at that higher level. That no was the best redirection I could have asked for. See, the reason I told you this story was because sometimes no is just a nudge to take a different path. Think of it as life's GPS saying rerouting. Every no forces you to look at your map again so that you can check if the path you are on is really the best one. It basically helps you refine your vision, sharpen your skills, and helps you explore a route you hadn't considered before. Now, having said that, let me ask you this. When was the last time you heard a no? If it's been a while, let me tell you this, you might be playing it safe. See, here's the thing about rejection. It's like getting a battle scar. It stings, sure, but it's also a proof that you are in the fight. And isn't that the whole point of dreaming big? To take risk, to show up and leave it all on the table. So instead of seeing rejection as a slap in the face, start seeing it as a badge of honor. Use it as a proof for yourself that you are all in, because that means you are trying. Now, once you have proved that you are all in, you need to fuel the fire. Because if there is one thing that I absolutely love about rejection, and you should too, is that it gives you a reason to double down. How? By remembering why you started. Picture that vision that made you light up inside. Now imagine the look on the faces of everyone who doubted you when you finally succeed. Petty? Maybe. Effective? Absolutely. Use it to fuel the fire inside you. Now, here's the most underrated part of rejection. It's the feedback goal. See, rejection often comes with clues. Maybe your timing was off, your skills weren't quite there, or you just pitched to the wrong person. Whatever it is, there's a lesson in it. Think of rejection like baking a cake. The first batch might come out burnt or lopsided, but that's how you learn to adjust the oven temperature or mix the batter just right. By the time you get it perfect, no one remembers the failed attempts. They just want a slice. So take notes, tweak your approach, learn from it, and try again. As Nelson Mandela once said, I never lose. I either win or I learn. Now, here is something that you won't believe. What if I told you the key to your next big breakthrough isn't just surviving rejection, but actually seeking it out? Sounds wild, right? In my next video, we are diving into the art of getting rejected on purpose. Yes, you heard it right, on purpose, and how it can skyrocket your confidence and resilience. Trust me, this one is a game changer, because your yes, it's waiting for you. It's just hiding behind a few more no's. Let's go find it together. See you on the other side.